All right, this is the countdown with Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit the thumbs up. How this works is you guys give me a topic for 5 minutes and a wrap on that countdown. Okay, so right now the question is, Kyle, talk about the Alabama defensive backs. Well, I think when you talk about the Alabama defensive backs, you have to start with who's coming back from a coaching perspective, and that is Mo Linguist. Mo Linguist came to Alabama last year from Buffalo, where he was the head football coach. I think with him coming in, he elevated that defensive back room, honestly, by the back end of the season. We were scared about the Alabama defensive backs as a whole because you only had one returner last year, which is Malachi Moore. This coming season, you want to talk about optimism? Be excited about Alabama's defensive backs in general, okay? Because of the fact that you have Domani Jackson coming back. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your excitement level for Domani Jackson coming back to 2025? It should be an absolute 10, okay? On the opposite side, you have Zabien Brown. This man came in as a freshman and started every game at corner. If you played football in your life, what is the toughest position to play? It's corner. And to be able to come in as a freshman and to grow up, now, did he get cooked? Yeah, he got cooked. But by the end of the year, the way that he was playing as an All-American, which he was along with Ryan Williams on the opposite side of the ball, right? Okay, so you got those two guys as anchors coming back, each starters. Not a lot of programs could say that in college football, okay? Let's go to the safety spot. A fan favorite for the Alabama Crimson Tide is who? Bray Hubbard. Look, some guys are patient, they wait, and then when they get an opportunity, they absolutely ball out. Bray Hubbard was phenomenal towards the back end of the year, right? He had a lot of solo tackles. When you hear this reference, he has a nose for the football. That means that that particular player has a great sense to just find the ball carrier and make instant impact. He is the hardest hitter on Alabama's defense that Alabama has had, in my opinion, since DeMarco Hellams. Okay? He's a very hard hitter. He's very talented. He's very instinctual. He had 2 interceptions as well. The back end of the season, he only got better. I didn't know he was going to be that good. He's absolutely fantastic. Next to him is Keon Sabb. Now, I felt that Keon Sabb kind of went the opposite direction towards the end before he got injured. But I love the mentality and the heart that he had because I think he played with the injury in that Tennessee game. I'm excited about Keon Sabb coming back because he has experience. I like experience. And Alabama football official has been speaking about Keon Sabb. How you guys feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 about the combination of Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard? Scale of 1 to 10. Should be pretty high. Each of those guys, they didn't start the entire season, but they have experience coming back. So 2 corners set, Zabien, Domani Jackson, Keon Sabb, and Bray Hubbard. Feeling really good about those 4. Well, here's where it's going to get interesting. And I think when you talk position battles in the secondary, you're going to see a position battle at that Husky position. The Husky position is the extra defensive back that goes out on the field in Alabama's 4-2-5 offense, right? 4-2-5 defense, excuse me. I don't know who it's going to be. Who do you think it's going to be inside the comment box? That extra defensive back. I would imagine that it's going to be Red Morgan, who played last year as a freshman, kind of swapped in and out with Devontae Smith, battling against Cam Calhoun, who came in from Utah. Utah is known for football. Excited about that. I'm just throwing this name out. Maybe Jalen Mbakwe. You imagine if Jalen Mbakwe somehow is able to work in at Husky and also play on the offensive side of the ball? Little wide receiver can be our, kind of Travis Hunter a little bit. He's talented enough to be, and I think Alabama has to be smart with how they utilize Jalen Mbakwe. Little bit of Husky. He's talented enough to do it. He's got the size. Play some wide receiver. Kicks, punts, I don't know. So when I look to Alabama's secondary, I'm really excited. Plus, I know I only got 30 seconds left, but the guys behind, Zay Mincy, did a really great job in the Citrus Bowl against Michigan. Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., can't lose sight about him. How about Ivan Taylor coming in from the class of 2025, right? How about Dejon Lee coming in as a 5-star out of California? How about another prospect from California in Chuck McDonald? So when you line up the Alabama secondary compared to where we were at last year during this point in time, It's not even close. Alabama's secondary locked loaded for at least this spring season. 5 minutes on the Alabama offensive line. I think from a optimism standpoint, you look at the Alabama offensive line and you start with what is fact. And the fact is you have Kadyn Proctor returning, which I think is an absolute positive. You have Parker Brailsford returning at center, which is phenomenal. And then you also have Jaden Roberts returning. Now, you lose Tyler Booker, and we don't know exactly how good Wilkin Formby is going to be at the right tackle position, and that's our biggest question. But let me start with the positives first. I think Kadyn Proctor has certainly improved year over year, and I think he's going to eventually be a first-round talent in the NFL. To see how much he grew up from his freshman to sophomore year, him coming back was a wonderful addition for Coach Kalen DeBoer. 1,000,000%, right? Think about if you don't have Kadyn Proctor this past season. You now have, theoretically, Wilkin Formby and Elijah Pritchett, each starting at the tackle position. And we know that each of those guys were not ready development-wise to be on Alabama's offensive line. I mean, Nebraska fans are happy about Elijah Pritchett. Yo, he had like a 50% on Pro Football Focus in terms of pass blocking. So Kadyn Proctor coming back huge. I didn't expect for Parker Brailsford to be as good as he was this past season. The guy was absolutely phenomenal. I was in the group that said that I had questions because of his lack of size, right? Guy played fantastic, okay? And then at the right guard position, like Jaden Roberts, I think it was really unfortunate because I don't think he underperformed talent-wise. I think that he just played with some sort of injury that maybe it was his hand. I don't really know, but he didn't perform to the level that we thought he was going to be. He's coming back. He's like the strongest player at Alabama. So with those three guys coming back, those are huge positives, right? The question marks that I have going into spring, I think starts with the left guard and right tackle. And we don't even know if Coach Kapilovic, who's a coach, is going to even have the offensive line set up like this. But I think if you look at the left guard position, you probably have a competition right there from the jump from, I don't know, Cam Dewberry, who Alabama just brought in from Texas A&M. I don't know, maybe Michael Carroll as a true freshman is pushing. Maybe you see a player like, I don't know, a Rock Montgomery or another guard, Casey Pope, right? Vying for that vying for that left guard position. Cam Dewberry seems to be the front runner if you kind of dive into it, but we don't know. It should be an area that we are certainly watching on the offensive line. Like when the team reporters post your starting five for initial spring football, that is going to be very exciting just to see who we start with and then who we end with at the end of spring. The right tackle position and the tackle position in general is a little bit worrisome outside of Kadyn Proctor. A couple reasons why. Wilkin Formby really struggled last year. As much as we want to root for the hometown hero, right? Guy played at Northridge, comes from a really good family. He didn't perform up to par. In fact, kind of towards the back end of the season, it was him and Elijah Pritchett in some sort of awkward rotation, right? We've seen offensive linemen improve year over year. Case in point is Seth McLaughlin, how much he improved from Alabama to Ohio State. We are hoping that that is the case with Wilkin Formby. If that's not the case with Wilkin Formby, what is going to happen? Is maybe Michael Carroll going to be at the right tackle position? Is Jackson Lloyd, are we sleeping on him, who's another class of 2025 guy who came in? I don't think Arquella Newgum, who came in from Ball State, is ready. So do you have a right tackle problem right now? Or is this kind of a developmental phase during the springtime till you can get everything going and have it locked and loaded? Because I'll tell you what, if Alabama doesn't have a right tackle that is capable to complement, Geno Vandermark, great ad. Maybe he could be a guard as well for that left guard position. But in closing, if Alabama doesn't have a right tackle that can be up to the standard that we need him to be, then it doesn't matter if it's Ty, it doesn't matter if it's Keelan Russell, it doesn't matter if it's Austin Mack. because Alabama's offense will continue to sputter because teams will take advantage pressure-wise and get to the quarterback, which is worrisome because we don't want to have any of our quarterbacks sacked. All right, there we go. We got 5 minutes. All right, we did it. All right. And that was just off the jump. Whew. All right, I'm going to cut it up later and add it. Did you guys have fun? I never done that before. It's not rehearsed. None of this is scripted. I hear a voice. It's in German, though, so I have to get it translated. Just kidding. Did you guys have a good show? I appreciate you guys rocking with me. You know, I think I might start sprinkling in a couple shows in the evening time as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. So that was your show today. The Alabama basketball versus Auburn, the running back room, and then the countdown with Kyle. Okay. Oh, so Daniel's like, you rehearsed a little bit. Yeah, that was no, that was from the hip. So Wade's World is saying, I think Mbakwe should play Husky. Me too. Maybe, I don't know if he will or if he won't. I just think that when you have like the corners coming in, shoot, man. I'm just excited because last year this time, all the guys that transferred out, plus we all know that Coach Saban was the real secondary coach, right? And you also lost T-Rob, so there was a lot of moving parts out of the secondary. Coming back in, you should have ample experience in that unit. Enjoy, it's me, Marvin. I appreciate it. Enjoy your guys' Monday. I might be back later tonight, okay? I'm kind of feeling like a double dip type day. So keep the notifications on. I appreciate your support. We're on Facebook. Got a Patreon, another way that you could support the overall product. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. That's where we're at. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Be good people. Stay where your feet are at and enjoy this beautiful thing we got called life. Coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Love you.